आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ।
Hello listeners, you're listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz podcast program on STEM popularization, catalyzed and supported by the Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India through its National Council for Science and Technology Communication and Media for Community Foundation. Project devised and designed by Dr. R. Sridhar and assisted by Ashish Tiwari. Local coordination and production, Professor Subramanian. Content writing by Professor Mansa Gowda and post-production by Professor Kaushik P. Kanchan of Garden City University, Bengaluru.
Garden City University, conquer we shall all adversity. GCU, emphasis on life. GCU, emphasis on life.
In the last episode, Professor Govindaraju shared his views about how India is making significant progress in science and technology. And in this episode, he also shared with us that how he and his team has made significant progress and has also shared about some unforgettable memories that he's made while working on this research.
Yeah, so as I already said, mentioned, our research is aimed to, provide advanced yet affordable solutions to neurodegenerative diseases. I mentioned overall dementia term, specifically Alzheimer, and we are also working on cancer, cancer as well, so that we continue to foster long-term innovations, in this area to advance the healthcare and also biomedicine. And many of the inventions that happened in our research laboratory already been translated. Many of them already been translated. For example, several of them inventions are including the diagnostic platform for Alzheimer disease that has been considered also is in an advanced level through our startup enterprise. The company is called Vinir Biotechnologies Private Limited. Okay. It's a company which is started 7 years ago, and which provides employment for 10 people already for last 6-7 years. That is the employment generation, but the bigger picture of this company is to commercialize several of the molecular tools that we develop, which are useful for both biological research, healthcare, in the domain of healthcare, and also diagnostic, which is already been commercialized, which are available for the both disease research and also regular life science research. And diagnostic part, which is already progressing. We the technologies that developed here has been transferred to the company. At the company, we are developing, translating this invention for early stage detection of Alzheimer's disease. And over last 12 years, we also developed a drug candidate for Alzheimer's disease, which is one of its kind from India. And which is now, which has been already proved in the animal model. I mean, we call it as in vivo studies or preclinical studies. We have an animal which is modified, genetically modified, so that it gets a disease condition very similar to a human patient, Alzheimer's disease human patient. And we designed, developed, everything happened here and tested on the mice this animal model, which showed excellent efficacy, and several companies came forward. We are patented and published. Several companies came forward, reached out to us because of its efficacy, and we identified a company which we believe good for the invention. We are serious about taking it forward, and we have licensed this particular biopharma company for further clinical development. In fact, the function was organized year and a half ago, and Chris Gopalakrishnan, one of the co-founder, he was Infosys. Infosys was the chief guest, for that technology transfer event. It is one of this kind, and this drug candidate, because usually drug development takes anywhere from 12 to 15 years, and with investment of several billions. So we have, with a minimum resources, we have developed this drug, and over a period of 12 years. So another 3-4 years of development is left. That is behind my abilities here, because it involves a clinical trial, patient recruiting and all that. So for that reason, we have licensed a very high value licensing to a US pharma. Hopefully we are crossing our fingers that next few years it will pass all the tests and trials and become a drug. If it become a drug, and which will be a viable solution for this devastating disease for poor countries, developing countries, and also developing countries.
Professor Govindaraju also talked about his future plans to work on cancer research and becoming a drug candidate through a partnership.
See, India making significant strides in research, of course, science and technology, and progressing well, and destined to become a global leader. In the very near future. So there is no doubt about it. And we also see that there is a similar the ecosystem also being put in place, and I am very optimistic about it. Okay, before that I just want to tell you that we have made a significant progress. Maybe let me repeat it. So we have made a significant progress thanks to my research group, institution, and of course Government of India support. And already I narrated the success stories with you. To be frank, for me, everyday research is a success. I know, and I cannot say this is important, that is important. So even every small thing is important for me. For example, so you cannot, leapfrog, without, you have to go step by step. So every step counts. So in that, respect for me, everyday work which happens in my laboratory is very important. So without that, childishness, we cannot, do a good research. And I should not be in this, field at all. So that's, so every day, every small thing is very important. Nevertheless, I already mentioned, so several inventions that we have already, translated. See, there is one thing, for example, I will tell you that, I, for my PhD, and then also for my postdoctoral training, after PhD, I was abroad and also I worked on very different things. And then later on, at some point, I kind of wanted to, start thinking, about a problem which should be difficult. See, for example, this is also about, talked about, the message to youngsters, and probably you can consider that, in that direction as well. That was, just around 2005 to 2007, 2008. So I was looking for a research problem, I want to work on a problem which is very important in terms of scientifically, and which is also important, for the society, globally. And of course, I'm from India, and in Indian perspective as well. Then it stuck to me, then first thing around that time, what comes to my mind was the brain. So brain is such an organ, which we know very little about it. Although there is a great progress, what we know is like a, tip of the iceberg. That first thing stuck to me. I think if I am going to do something, it should be something related to the brain. Then, of course, I cannot do everything. So I'm also I'm a scientist, work on fundamental problems. But I also look, think practically as well. For example, research that, relevance, current relevance, and also, what is the future relevance. Then comes to, I realized these neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, there are many such diseases. For these diseases there is no cure. and among them the top one is Alzheimer's disease. Then that's how I hope this is the problem, I'm going to work on it. So I zeroed in on Alzheimer's disease. Well, many of my friends also kind of warned me. See, this is such a disease, all over the world there are so much of failure. There is no light in the tunnel. Why are you doing that? Then I said, it's fine. I will be satisfied. I'll attempt it. Genine attempt. And if I fail, it's fine. Because at least I have the satisfaction that I have attempted an important problem, and I failed. And even in failure, at least there will be the success, because whatever I attempted, whatever we did, if those approaches failed, other person will not take the same path, will take another different path. Okay, and luckily we took that issue, the problem. And of course, it took a very long time here to set up the infrastructure to do that research. But I already thanked, the people, everybody. So somehow we could do it, and we also succeeded. I mean, I don't say that I solved the problem, because it's a very, very complex, complicated problem. But nevertheless, we developed, tools. We understood the disease mechanisms, and we also, developed tools for detection as well as treatment. Again, they are in the very advanced stages. Hopefully, they, they succeed and become the tool for the detection, or that small pill that everybody in the world looking forward to. So that is in a way that whatever I did through this journey, so every small thing, I really enjoyed and will be keep enjoying in this journey.
You were listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz, a podcast on STEM popularization, catalyzed and supported by National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. Tune in for more such episodes to Vigyan Ki Awaaz on this platform and also through Spotify, YouTube and Apple Music platforms.
आइए हम सुने विज्ञान